My name's Sophie. I'm just going to give you a really fast talk about what I did as part of a group project at a boot camp, and just some thoughts that we had on Elixir, just to share with the wider community. I'm a junior, so none of this will be meta-programming. I think this is the bedtime story version at the end of the conference. So my preamble, I used to be a tech journalist in Beirut. I actually discovered last night, kind of embarrassingly, that I think Elixir is actually an Arabic language word. So fun fact for the conference. Came to a Makers Academy, which is a boot camp in London, and did 16 weeks all in all, Ruby, JavaScript, was sacrificed at the altar of TDD, ping pong, etc. And now I work at a music company called Encore. Do we have any musicians in the house? Part-time, full-time, professional? Yeah, if any of you have experience as part of a Bollywood-themed barbershop quartet and can also play the tuba, yeah, we got you. So that's not a joke. We really need that. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. This is my team. This is sort of, we work together in a group of 4, sort of Daniel, Marve, and part-time Franciscan monk, Andy, who we put together a search engine, and we just learned Elixir for our final project. So just a really basic thing of what we did. We created a URL scraper, scraped URLs from a page, shoved them into a database, then took one of those URLs, put them in a different scraper that went to that URL, scraped the data from it, put it into a different database, and that was the Delphi side of things. For everyone who talked about their love of Greek myths, Delphi is the oracle, Pythia is the mouthpiece. So we had a complementary side to it, which was the query engine, where we looked at the database that had all the data in it and ranked results in a very crude, with a very crude algorithm, and they appeared on this kind of page. Which obviously isn't modeled on Google. And as sort of just an example of the spider that we ran, which we were told under no accounts to run on our boot camp's Wi-Fi, we did think about going to maybe like rival boot camps and doing it, leveling up the competition. We just got banned from some coffee shops instead. So this is what it was when we were running it. It's just maybe it won't work. Hey, no. So this is just it, feeding into the database, all the stuff we scraped. And so we, technical programs. So we're just talking about Elixir. All our sort of W2F moments, because we came from OO backgrounds, was when we created FizzBuzz. It was the first thing that our coaches told us to do in terms of learning a new language. And all of us individually, the 4 of us, sort of had a W2F is the way to describe it. Sort of swore a lot and left the room when we realized how you could do it in Elixir. And it kind of encouraged us sort of to write or try and write a search engine in it, obviously because of the Elixir's power and its concurrency. But I mean, more than that, we actually really enjoyed working in it. And I really like what Johnny said about not sort of community bashing. I think we like Ruby and are thankful for it, for giving us an introduction into programming full stop. But we loved it. I'm Elixir, and we drunk it. And so we felt that it pushed us to write clean code, really liked the documentation. The community is amazing. We asked so many stupid questions on Slack. And people were so helpful to the point where they even said, no, you've just forgotten a bracket, don't it? Which was really encouraging. So I think what we wanted to convey, like sort of speaking on behalf of everyone, is that when we left, we didn't find any junior jobs at all in Elixir. So sort of these people have all been missing in action as Elixir juniors. I think what a lot of people are talking about in terms of developing the community, it would also be great if there could be some sort of like maybe some sort of avenue for juniors as well. I know we're irritating, and I know you all love submitting pull requests to all of the terrible things that we write. But I think, yeah, it seemed as though there weren't a lot of functional programming positions for juniors, and it was just food for thought as to maybe why that was. And I'm happy to be corrected if that's untrue, but that was just our observation. So that was a quick roundup of the things that we did, and I hope you enjoyed it. Come find me and ask her any questions about it afterwards.